been a while. Oh wait, no, I took it out because it was too loose or too tight. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's working. Don't look. Yeah. I think the expression is don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's working. Don't question it. That was all my chalk going on the floor, wasn't it? Okay, so which bit is the top? Okay, this is the top. Yeah. So let's just fold over. Okay, and next. Okay, just pop those in. And the next one. So if we start off there. Back forwards. And yes, I am using a zigzag stitch to make sure that this is actually stretchable. Because we do want the material to remain stretched or stretchable, right? And if you use a straight stitch, it will tear if you try to stretch it. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm being careful to keep all my seams on the same side. Do I need to do two? It's a habit. Do I need to do it? let's get going a bit. And there you go. Sort of a tradition of mine to absolutely overdo everything. Come on. Again. And snip, and snip. There you go. That's one. It's not that bad of a seam. I've done worse. I wonder where the top is. Okay, so those two are... Oh, stupid fun. Oh, wait, yeah, I need to drink. So by the look of it, I'm going to be finishing after I've done this bit today. Well, no, after I've done with the dress. Pop that through. And next one up. Next pin. And just pop enough one in there. And there you go. And as with on the other side, the excess is here. But we can cut that off at the end if it still remains. So again, we start off at this end. No, not really. So, right. Okay, so So we pull that through, tack in again, drop the foot, get ready and go. This is why I added little bits here and there, like I'd add an extra centimetre, and it's just because I know I'm going to mess up and not be exactly on the lines. Whenever I'm stopping it, I'm just checking because all of it is folding in on this one side, and if it ends up going underneath, this thing will punch through 4 layers of pleather with ease. So it'll definitely tear straight through this like there's nothing there. And then I end up with the layers sewed together, and well, no one wants that mess on their hands. Pop up the foot, just turn it round. Don't forget, there's a whole other side of the dress under this that I'm trying desperately not to accidentally mess up. Okay, so that's all okay, feels like. So let's do another run. No, come on, get sewed together. Yeah, I'm just messing around with the string on this end now. There you go. And speaking up mostly out of lack of patience. Bad sewing machine. Going for my hand again. Do you know, my hand was nowhere near that when it dropped. Fortunately, I've had that accident in the past. I don't want it happening again. Yeah, I count thread as the same stuff as fabric. It's similar enough. So we have 2 more seams and a lot of hemming. So we've got a hem around the bottom, 3 bits on the top, 1 under each arm, and sorry, 1 over each shoulder, but that's like 1 entire ring, because it goes up one side, the chest, round the back, then back around the front and meets up. So I usually start that seam somewhere where you're not gonna see it, because most people aren't looking around the back. Yeah. Let's do it from this side because we've already started pinning from here. And yeah, I know this is going to be a problem. I'm going to attempt to do this kind of line with it. So the seam's going to go up there and then to there, and then meet up on the edge. I mean, admittedly, it's not going to look perfect on the end, but what part of Homemade Dress gave the idea this was going to be perfect? It's going to be good to acceptable. So like that. I imagine I start this off the other way, but just pop along there like this. Oop. So I popped that one out because they were running slightly out of alignment with each other. And by popping it out, they would realign slightly. But yeah, as you can see, it's not perfect, but pretty good. The other side, fabric scissors, like that. That's just to reduce the thickness of slight bits where I've left too much seam on the outside. Because we're about to go through it again anyway. We're probably at another point where the professional seamstress is shouting, "Don't do that!" Also, like, when I'm doing these, I do a lot of back seating because, I mean, if you actually know what you're doing, help. Because, I mean, I'm just making this up as I go along and, like, based on what I've seen in films. Come on, we need a few more, and we are nearly out of pins. Okay. and there is a basic dress, or at least the start of one. So we pull this back in. Okay. As you've seen, the vast majority of this stuff is just setup time. There's so much setup involved in sewing. Come on, through we go. Just making sure they're both feeding. I've had that happen before. You get to the end of the seam and it just like, oh no, you ran out of thread like 10 minutes ago. Would I have described my reaction as unreasonably angry when that happened, or just severely disappointed? You know, you've done an entire project and it's just like, nope, you ran out like 10 minutes ago. There was no warning. You wouldn't have known. So let's get this going again. Now I'm aware that from the other direction you have little measurements. I'm just trying to run it on the original seam. Okay. Let's just say there's a lot of dress here. Oh, that's not good. The motor just sped up for no good reason. Oh, that's why there's a seam. That's when I went underneath then, I felt a seam. And I was just like, oh God, if I sew two bits together that aren't supposed to be. No, it's the seam that goes through the middle of the chest. It's fine. Okay, and reverse. A few stitches. Out you come. Yeah, so much. And another one underneath. Oh yeah, there's another way of doing this that I just don't do. Which, at the end, you can just do that and run the wire through and run the string through. And get them both on the same side so you don't have to go over the top. was a bit too lazy to do it earlier. But yeah, if you're going to do it, that is the better way than what I was doing. Nope, there it is. It's a problem with a grey work surface. You just end up losing all your silver needles on it. It's just like... well, I guess I'll find out when I put something on it. Probably my hand. Ow, ow, ow. And pull. Good enough. So then we'll pop that out and pull out all these little pins. I've got one seam left after this. So we're doing shockingly well today, which is usually a sign that I've done something wrong when I'm doing really good. But it's not like we haven't broke the sewing machine at least once, so, you know, sort of balances out in the end. Okay, so if we start off from the bottom this time, then work our way up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to 100% finish this dress today. I think... oof, it's a little warm. I think this is going to be... like, we do the hems next week. Yeah, because we've got 25 minutes left, but... we do the hems and stuff next week. Or next time I'm doing this. I intend to do this weekly, but I've always intended to do this weekly. Okay, so starting... go. Lined up a bit more. Now when it comes to this, I'm using the side of the foot as my measure until it comes to this nasty bit coming up, at which point I'm going to run it along the line the best way of able to. That was a mess. It wasn't appallingly bad, but that was not a tidy run, to put it mildly. So now for the return trip. By the way, when I'm setting up for the return trip, the needle is down, so I know that it's in the same spot that it hit last time. Okay, so go. danger of this, it's important not to be forcing it through or pulling from the other side, and to let it feed through at its own speed. Because if you force it, it completely messes up your seam. It looks horrible, don't do it. Okay, and back we go. And done. Lift the foot. Just pop that through there. Put it back in the pin cushion. Now I'm making decisions of whether or not to try to do the hems today, but okay, that one will be fine down the bottom because it's going to be folded over inside anyway. Let's get all the pins out. But yeah, basically when I'm down here there is a limit to how long I can go for, and that's not based on my physical endurance or anything else. It is the hard disk runs out of space for the recording. And I'm not too sure how much I've got left today. Now that cuts there is just to you know, the extra left on by accident. I just got rid of it. That's what that was about. There's my pin cushion. Now, oof, there's a pin I missed. To be fair, I have received dresses in worse condition than this. I have literally ordered dresses and received in worse condition than this. Yeah, right. Sorry, mannequin, this is mean, but yeah. camera you just plugged in? No, it's been plugged in loads of times. I really hope it is recognised as camera too. Are you recognised as camera too? No, you're not. Give me a second. No? Yeah, the camera too. Right. So yeah, this one's overly awkward, but come out pretty well. Okay. And thank you for the follow. My apologies if I was away a bit there. Right. I mean, that's much better than I was expecting. So let's go back to camera 1. Okay, and am I going to push it and see if I can do more, or stop here where it's healthy? I think stop where it's healthy. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to finish up here. Well, there. Next time I'm going to be doing the hemming, because there's no hemming on the bottom of the dress, and there's no hemming around the chest area or the arms. That needs doing. Then there's a top to go on top as well, a set of counter ears, and a hammer to make. So we're really going into all the disciplines of cosplay here. So hopefully I will be doing this again next Sunday. And thank you for coming. And thank you for follows. And hopefully you've enjoyed me sewing. And see you next time. Bye. Love hand.